On today's episode of the Box2Box podcast, the boys look at the fixtures just gone, the disappointment of the Champions League this week, and the fixtures up and coming this weekend. And also, are we Ollie in or Ollie out? Into the podcast we go. Hello, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Box2Box podcast. If you haven't been able to watch last week's, which was a Champions League special, please go back and watch it now. I'm sure Gase will have it linked in the video for you, so make it a little bit easier. Today, I'm joined once again by Gase. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, man. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. And Reza, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, fucking fantastic. Did you watch that atrocity fucking last night? Bullshit.
Let's ease ourselves into it.
Yeah.
So we'll start.
Mate, I'm ready to go.
He's been waiting for this since yesterday. Right, so we'll start with the games from last week then. So we've got to start with the Palace Spurs game. I'll let you go first, Case, mate. What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was actually quite a good game. I mean, people will say the red card changed it. I thought Palace looked really up for it. Zaha was quality.
I thought he was very good.
He was really, really good this week. I mean, they couldn't handle him. It was a stupid red card for them to give away, to be honest, Tottenham. But at the end of the day, I don't think it would have made a huge difference. They just didn't look up for it, and Palace were fully on it, to be fair. Edouard, 2 goals in his debut.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Not too bad. Reza, what did you think of it, pal?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, you're right. Palace were, I thought, the better team even before the sending off.
Yeah.
I think Spurs' previous 3 results have kind of flattered them a little bit. I think, obviously, I know it's 3-1-0s, but those 3 results could have quite easily gone the other way in all of those games, really.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's just this is going to sound bad, but it kind of shows Spurs' level. I don't think they're just that. I don't think they're that good. They don't have a good team at all.
Yeah.
It was Pep who referred to them as the Harry Kane team, didn't he? And it's true. It is. It's that. It's as simple as that. Spurs fans can say all they want. You're a Harry Kane team. It's as simple as that. No, but Palace, I was really impressed with Palace. I think, you know what, they look good. Zaha was really.
I think
really,
this is going to happen this year,
really
though,
impressive.
for Palace. I think Palace this year, because they've got loads of kids, I think one week they'll be very, very good. Next week they'll go back to subpar again.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot. Yeah, you can probably expect a lot of inconsistency, right? But it's interesting. It's interesting what they've got going on there. I mean, for me, obviously, I think both Case and I predicted Vieira to be the first one
Sacked.
No,
didn't
it
we?
was you and Tan.
Was it me and Tan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's looking a little bit foolish now because I think Palace have looked good all season. So really, I mean, yeah, okay. Obviously, I mean, they drew 2-2 West Ham. That's not an easy game. And obviously 0-0 against Brentford again is showing that it's not an easy game at the moment.
No,
It's just the
definitely not.
Chelsea result, obviously opening game of the season, but that actually happens. So yeah, I think so far they've been pretty impressive.
Yeah, fair enough. So just before we move on from the game, the red cards. I mean, I personally thought it was a bit harsh. I thought you pulled out, but
Yeah, I think that look, I hate the expression. It's one of those, but it is one of those. I think it's a booking for the challenge. Yeah, he did pull out, but the fact of the matter is it was quite rash. But it was a yellow card challenge. Now, does it always? Do 2 yellow card challenges or two challenges that would have been given a yellow card always mean that it should be a red? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't think so, personally. I think this is where you kind of get the arguments for like an orange card.
In between.
Yeah, sin bin or something along those lines, right?
I think you could have given him another warning because they were quite close together, both cards. I think you could have just gone, that's your last one, and that's.
I think what happened, obviously, his aggression from the Zaha challenge it kind of petered over. I think the ref just was like, "Do you know what, this guy's lost control, get him off the pitch." And I think that's probably the thought process.
Yeah.
It was more about the context of the challenge as opposed to the challenge itself.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, what about you, Tan?
I mean, I personally think that he probably should have just let him. I think what you're saying about the referee seeing him as maybe losing his head. I think the referee definitely did see that. I think it was a little bit hard. I think he should have given him another chance. I think
He
he should
was
have just said,
diving in a lot though.
"Yeah, I get
That was a
that,
lot.
but it's gonna be quite a feisty player, isn't he? It's gonna happen, really." But I think maybe it's a bit harsh on the referee. Maybe he could have just said, "Right, that's your lot now. If you do one more, you're gone." And
But to
maybe,
play devil's advocate with that, what happens if, as Gage said, that he was being really, really brash and he was just going in all over the place? After that moment, for whatever reason, the guy just completely lost it. What happens if the next challenge he goes in and ends someone's career?
no, I fully understand that. But the player wouldn't exactly go into end anyone's career.
Asked for a
No,
king.
no, no. But the manner in which he was making challenges
He was out of control.
fucking shocking.
Yeah,
He
fair
lost it. He looked like he lost it. But
Fair
just
enough.
quick on that one, I
Go on,
spoke to a Spurs fan and their excuse was that they had 7 first-team players missing. So yeah,
Did they?
apparently so, but we'll move on.
I kind of want to see the lineup now. I want to see the
Yeah.
chat and shit or not.
apparently, yeah. There were 7 first-team players missing. So it is what it is. That's their excuse.
It was
We move.
what, Son?
Swan Sanchez, nah. Anyway, on to the next one, mate.
That's
On
two,
to the
innit?
next one.
Can't count now. So the next one, Arsenal Norwich. Jesus. I'll let you go, Reza. Come on, mate. Break down the Arsenal Norwich game.
I mean, first of all, scrappy as fuck goal.
Would it?
But I mean, Arsenal finally getting some points on the board. I wouldn't say they deserved it. I don't think either team really deserved to win the football game.
That draw written all over it, that game.
Yeah,
30 shots.
they did, but I mean, they
7 on target though, mate. Doesn't
I
count
mean,
if you shoot from 40 yards out every time.
No, watching the highlight, Arsenal were on top, but it is Norwich.
Yeah, I mean, it's I just they were on top, but I don't think they created anything of particular note necessarily. They had a few chances, but then Norwich had a couple of chances as well. Look, Arsenal are a really bad team. They're a really, really bad football team at the moment. They're in a bad way. But they got points on the board, and maybe who knows? Maybe it's a springboard, but I don't think so. They got Burnley next, and that's going to be a real challenge again.
Yeah.
So
Arsenal never like playing against the teams that like to play rough.
Yeah.
So that's your Gase. How about you, mate?
No, I pretty much said my piece. It was alright. The possession was quite close. The shots weren't. Arsenal had their flurries where they just had obviously quite a big bit of possession, and which led to a massive amount of shots. But Krul was quite busy. If you watch the highlights, Krul was quite busy. But no, other than that, I don't see anything from Arsenal, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't either.
Looks okay, but no, it took them 4 shots or 4 deflections to get the goal. So
I did think it was quite funny the fact that they celebrated like they won the league. They scored. I know it's obviously the first goal of the season, but Jesus, tone it down.
well, I mean, it's massive for them, though. It is massive for them, and I obviously we look at it and it's easy to look at it and go, "Oh, how embarrassing!" But I think for a team that's so low, that must have been literally absolutely huge for them to get points on the board, have their season starting now, essentially.
yeah.
Like I say, I mean, the celebrations, a little bit over the top considering it's Arsenal, but Arsenal aren't Arsenal, right? So it is what it is.
Fair enough. We'll move on to the next one. So Brentford Brighton. I mean, I'll go first on this one. I actually thought Brentford were a bit hard done by.
Really hard done by.
I thought they really could have won that game 2-3-0. I think Brighton were quite lucky to stay in the game at quite a lot of parts. I just think Brentford just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And another day, maybe they have sort of 3 or 4 goals. But as for the harsh world that football is, he didn't have 3 or 4 goals in the day. What are you guys
No.
saying, guys?
Similar to that, I mean, again, that Tony looks like a force to be reckoned with. He looks like a player.
After the
I
first
think,
game, he didn't look that good in the first game, but after that, he's been really good.
yeah, he looks like a force to be reckoned with. He's a big guy, but I mean, I thought Brentford were better for about 70, 80 minutes of that game, and then Brighton had that spell right at the end. And to be fair, Trossard's goal was quite good,
Yeah, it was quite a good goal.
but I think Brentford were quite hard done by. To be fair,
Yeah. Reza?
Yeah, there's not much more to say on this, really. I think you've said it all. Brentford can feel hard done by. Brighton, well played to them. Another win, another result, another goal. So I think obviously these are the kind of games that they weren't winning last season. So
yeah,
they actually look quite good. So I say good. They've got some good results so far, Brighton. And yeah, Trossard's goal was solid. But Brentford, yeah, could count themselves really, really unfortunate.
So,
yeah.
and then we move away from that one and go to the Leicester Man City game. Case, what do you think of it, mate?
Nah, go on, mate. You go.
Me again? Oh, fair enough. I actually thought it was a really good game of football, even though it was 1-0.
It was.
Actually a really, really good game of football. Like, even though there's not only 1 goal in it, I thought it was both teams had a very good account of themselves. I think Man City showed probably why they're one of, if not the favourite for the title in a game like that. Just winning a game like that is massive, from what I see.
Yeah.
Leicester, their normal stuff. Jamie Vardy causing havoc quite a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know whether I'd say Man City deserved the win, like, massively.
No, I think they did. It's just I think that the game felt closer than the stats said. If
Yeah,
you watch
no,
it,
yeah. I'm
it was
looking at the stats now. Man City like 25 shots
dominated. But
and 61% possession. But
yeah, those stats they absolutely dominated them, but they didn't.
yeah,
But
watching it, it
it's
didn't
one of
feel
those.
like it.
No,
It didn't feel like domination, but
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, 1-0, and then Bernardo Silva is a beautiful goal. Quite
Bernardo
lucky. It was a
Silva
very
was
lucky
quality
goal,
the whole
but
game.
beautiful. And anyway, so that's me engaged. Rez, what about you, mate? What do you think of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I expect a little bit more from Leicester, perhaps, maybe a bit too much. They had the opportunities, though. I think they played the way that you probably expect them to play. They sat a little bit deeper and then tried to basically ping the ball into the channels and have their players run into it. I think it was toward the end, Iheanacho, a little run, and then who did he play the ball into?
Vardy's disallowed goal.
Vardy, does that one disallowed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We took it around the goalkeeper.
yeah, and then did they hit the bar as well? Leicester, they hit the bar as well, didn't they? So again, I mean, another day, different result, but yeah,
Yeah.
City are looking quite good. I must say we'll get onto United and the fucking Champions League later, but they control a game. They go 1-0 in front and they don't fucking sit deep. Fucking wanker.
They also, yeah, they're creative as well. Like I said, I thought Bernardo Silva was class. Controlled the game, killed himself throughout the game, sprinted at everything. Good,
Yeah.
good for them, mate. Good for them.
Yeah.
Grealish is looking good as well. I like.
He is looking very good.
Jack Grealish. I like the way
Very
he plays football. I just think that I don't like obviously the theatrics, but I do just when he's the ball at his feet, he's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so we'll move away from that game. Now I know why Gase wanted me to go first on this one, so he gets first on the United game.
No, you can get Rez.
That's
That's
why he wanted to do. Reza, what did you think of the United game, mate?
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, we played fairly well. I thought Newcastle played well as well, to be fair, for what it's worth. They surprised me somewhat. But no, it was good. Obviously, first goal, it was amazing to see Ronaldo score. A little bit fortunate. Keeper should have done better, but it is what it is. Scored a goal.
Pass from Bruno, though.
Yeah, look, it was good. I mean, United played pretty well that game. For the Newcastle goal, it was disappointing. I don't know what Maguire's doing, jumping in. It also highlighted yet again, we seriously lack a decent midfielder. Someone who can cover the defence.
Yeah.
I mean, Maguire had to step up, fine. He didn't have to dive in, but he had to step up. And then once Sir Maximan, or Maximus, as Paul Merson likes to call him, had Varane one-on-one, and then who was it? Almiron, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the overlap, that was it, and it was a good finish, good goal. But then after that, I think that both teams had chances. Newcastle also had chances. They had some opportunities. They had some dangerous balls into the box. And I think that defensively, we looked a little bit shaky, if I'm honest.
No, I think that's a good assessment.
But obviously, Ronaldo steps up again. Really nice through ball by Shaw. Turn of pace by Ronaldo, impressive at 36 years old. Yeah. I certainly can't run anything like that. Same age.
Same body.
Yeah, same body as well, yeah. And really good finish. Obviously, again, the goalkeeper's going to be disappointed in himself. And then we get on to the other two. Fernandez's goal, fantastic. Really, unreal finish. If you're being hypercritical, Newcastle, why give him so much time on the ball?
Yeah, you knew it was coming as soon as they gave him the time.
Yeah,
you just knew it.
But really good, really well taken goal. And for me, I don't know, I wouldn't say the pick of the bunch, but possibly
team goal wise.
Yeah, the interplay was fantastic, and Martial's dummy leaving it was really good, and then even Lingard, basically, obviously the first thing he does, obviously, he lets it run across his body, and then takes an extra touch onto the outside, or the outside of his right foot. Really well taken goal. So yeah, all in all, I was happy. I didn't think we were fantastic. I think the scoreline flattered us a little bit, but good game, good result.
Yeah,
but Newcastle surprised me.
Case?
Yeah, I thought we were all right. I mean, St. Maximin had Wan-Bissaka's number the whole game. I don't know what's going on.
Maximus.
We'll talk about him later. Their goal, I don't know why. I saw a lot of people blaming Varane. I don't know what you're meant to do in a 2-on-1 like that. He was left on his.
I don't know how you can blame Varane for that. If you're blaming anyone, it's Maguire. It's not Varane.
He had to dive in to take a chance, right, to try and get it off or Maximus, as Wes likes to say. But I thought, it was good. The atmosphere seemed unreal. 70,000 people was pretty insane to hear, to be honest. And just having Ronaldo back, unreal. Bruno's pass for the first goal was unbelievable outside the foot. And I also thought Shaw had a really good game, which is nice to see because he's been off it, him and Maguire. So,
but just talk about defenders just briefly, because obviously we'll get onto it in the Champions League. But Wan-Bissaka, what is going on?
But me and Tan talked about this, and it's been for about the last 10 games last season, the whole of this season. I just think he's off it. He just don't. He's caught out of position a lot. He can't recover as well. And
a lot of stuff's going off the pitch for him as well. Like I was saying to Gase earlier, just about he got 6 points and he got a suspended sentence for getting done without a license and insurance, and still driving and speeding as well. I think something's clearly not quite right in his personal life what he's doing.
Yeah, do you know? I mean, I don't know. I think I put it in the group, but it's almost, for me, it's like he started believing his own hype.
Yeah, he did. I think you could be right there.
And I think that he's just getting a little bit too arrogant, a little bit too cocky. I think the fact that United didn't bring in a right back, because you look at Luke Shaw prior to last season, right, before Tellez arrived, he wasn't Luke Shaw that we see now.
No.
Yeah.
Tellez arrived and suddenly he's like, hang on a second.
Fire up his arse.
Yeah. And I think United needed that because, look, Wan-Bissaka going forward is poor, but now defensively, and he gets caught out of position so often. Yeah. It's like he takes up a position like Trent Alexander-Arnold. He is not Trent Alexander-Arnold. He offers nothing in attack. And now he's leaving such large gaps behind him. I just do not understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And people were
Asshole.
people were getting used to it and they're playing to it because
Yeah.
he
definitely.
did that anyway. That's the way he played. He gave them a bit of space so he could run on and do like the swooping tackle he did. But yeah, he just looks off the pace completely. Don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie needs some bollocks and drop him basically. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's got
but
ready
Dalot
now,
looks-
so
I think Dallo
I mean,
looks shocking. I mean, we'll get into that in a minute, but
yeah.
we'll talk about Champions League games in a little bit. But I think we've covered everything for the United game now, pretty much. The one
Yeah,
at the
we
weekend,
have,
anyway. So we'll move on to the Southampton West Ham game, which, I mean, Gase, you can go first, Keys, if you want.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, it was an alright game. I think West Ham had the upper hand in the game, though it was quite even. I think at the end of the day, a draw was pretty fair. West Ham had good chances. I don't know if you saw the Southampton goal line clearance from Declan Rice, where they could have swooped it.
Well, I think Southampton had a few chances as well, to be fair to them.
No, they did. They both teams had good chances. I just think West Ham were on top for longer periods.
Yeah.
But that's why I think, at the end of the day, the draw was pretty fair. Red card, I mean, he GBH on the first one through the guy to the floor. And then again, he did, similarly to like the Tottenham one, he really tried to pull out. But at the end of the day, you're flying in like that. I still think
he does it. I think it's because they're playing us this weekend. He doesn't like playing us for some reason.
I think it was
he's injured or gets sent off before he plays us.
He lost his head a little bit, I think. Another one.
Yeah, fair enough. Reza?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty even game. Another draw, 2 draws in a row now for West Ham. After a decent start to the season for them. And Southampton proving really difficult to beat. Our draw against them doesn't look so bad. Surprisingly, they seem really difficult to beat. But yeah, and then the red card's a red card. I mean, to be fair, the second challenge, where his leg was,
it's bad.
He could have been sent off for just that alone. I don't get this notion that a player has to be caught for something to be given. Bullshit. That kind of stuff needs to be stamped out now. You shouldn't be flying in like that with your leg that high.
No, I see what you mean.
So yeah, but as a football game, it was okay. Obviously, there were chances on both sides.
Yeah.
I think it was probably a draw, probably fair. Maybe West Ham slightly edged it, but yeah, Southampton proving really difficult to beat.
Oh, yeah. Sounds. We think we covered that one off. So we move to the Watford Wolves game. Reza, you can go first, mate. What do you think of it?
I thought it was a good game actually. Watching the highlights, I think 2-0 maybe flattered Wolves slightly. Sarr is so good.
He is good.
He looks really, really good. But yeah, Wolves obviously they can count themselves unlucky first couple of games of the season. Now they're getting into the swing of things.
They deserve that
they're
one.
looking. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Got the ball away from Adama.
So no, it was good. I think Semedo had a good chance as well. He did turn that wide, didn't he? And so no, I think good game of football. 2 teams, they both went for it. Just Wolves were just that bit more clinical in the end.
Sound? Gase, anything to add to that, pal?
No, pretty much.
Pretty standard.
Covered everything, to be fair.
Yeah, I think you covered everything with that one, in all honesty, yeah.
Wolves finally broke the deadlock, so yeah.
I think they deserved one after all.
They deserved most of the games, to be honest. But
yeah, so I think they deserved one, but they haven't probably played unbelievable and deserved the win. So I think you just give it to them. So we'll then move to the last kick-off on the Saturday, which was Chelsea-Villa. I mean, I did predict Chelsea to win 3-0, so did you guys.
Nice.
I did think Villa were going to be a little bit better throughout the game. I think they were going to give a bit more of a better record of themselves. They did have a couple of chances. I believe it was at 0-0 or maybe 1-0 Chelsea. When they had a couple that they could have finished. I think Ollie Watkins could have finished one, and I can't remember who it was that flashed it wide from a chance they had. And maybe game could have been a little bit different if they'd have scored.
Yeah.
But Big Rom proving that he still does it against all the little teams still.
Little throw that one in there, yeah. Throw the shade at all the Chelsea fans.
Nah, never.
Yeah, no, you're right. To be honest, I thought. To be fair, I mean, I know Villa stat-wise they didn't look too bad, but they've still. We say it every week they've been really disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have massively so.
I think again we talk about it. Grealish being missing is massive. Again, even though I thought they made really good signings, they're poor. Lukaku dominated their centre backs. They didn't have an answer, and that was it. Mendy and Thiago Silva. Mendy, the goalkeeper, made a few banging saves, and Thiago Silva, for a 36, 37-year-old centre back, it's unreal.
Like the Ronaldo of centre backs, isn't he?
I'm a fan of Thiago Silva.
No, he was very, very good. He was.
You don't have a song named after you without being good.
No, of course not. Reza, anything to add to it, pal? What did you see in the game?
No, just Chelsea looking good. Mendy did have a good game, and he did make a few good saves, solid saves. But Chelsea look good, really good. For me, currently, they are the team to beat. I think they just look solid all round, all over the pitch. And Lukaku, again, another 2 goals. Is it just me, though? That first goal.
He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he looks so awkward. When he kind of played that like this kind of stab dummy that you do when you're a kid, when someone's coming towards you, like, which way am I going to go? Which way am I going to go? And you kind of stab it to one side and you just follow it. And it's like, he just looks so cumbersome doing it. But finishing wise, and he is just, as Gay said, he's bullying defences at the moment. And say Chelsea are a scary, scary prospect. And they have a manager who is tactically pretty decent. Don't laugh at me.
He had to have that last bit in, didn't he? He had to have the last bit in.
You know what, right? They got rid of Lampard for a reason. They had the balls to get rid of Lampard, and they went out and they got the best that was available at that moment in time. And look at them now. And look at us.
Top of the league, mate. I'm only joking with you, right? So we'll move on to the only kick-off on the Sunday, which was the Leeds Liverpool game.
I mean, it's not wrong though. We are top of the league.
Just before we do go into the game, all the wishes to Harvey Elliott. No one ever wants to see something like that to happen to someone.
It's not a red card though.
I did. We'll get into that in a second. But that being aside, I just no one likes to see someone have that type of injury, and I wish him all the best, and I hope he gets back to playing soon.
Yeah.
So having said that and got that out of the way, we'll go to the red card first, and then we'll talk to the game afterwards. I mean, I didn't think it was a red either.
I thought you said it was the other day.
I definitely didn't say that, mate.
No, I said definitely on the side of saying it. Well, I definitely didn't think it was.
I said that the only reason it was a red is because of the injury. But
that's the only reason.
That's the only reason the ref's giving the red there. Otherwise, I don't think that's a yellow. You see that tackle made loads.
Like, a ref shouldn't be giving a red card based on the outcome.
Yeah.
They should be giving the card based on the challenge itself. And ultimately, he got the ball. Look, obviously, his trailing leg kind of goes through and takes him out. Takes him out. And
that's a yellow card, though.
It's unfortunate. It's one of those, but it wasn't out of control. Yeah. No, it wasn't out of control. It was actually a really well-timed challenge. And it's just
unfortunate that he caught his standing leg.
Yeah, I think the part of it is Jurgen Klopp. I think his reactions and everything on the side, on the touch lines and everything, it does influence referees. It fucking does.
Yeah.
Like, because all of a sudden he's going fucking mad. Oh my god, look at this. This is the worst challenge in the world ever. No, it's not, mate. Calm down. It's an accident. Well, it's just...
there was another one on Mane about 10 minutes after, 15 minutes after. It was probably debatable worse than that challenge.
Yeah.
But there was no injury from it and there was no card given.
In fairness to the whole situation, Harvey Elliott tweeted out saying it wasn't a red card. He himself, the man who just had his leg snapped and probably out for the rest of the season. Maybe.
Well, Leeds have appealed, haven't they?
Yeah, saying it wasn't a red card. And the thing is, it was an emotional card. Obviously, that they saw the challenge, they saw his leg, and they were like, "Oh shit," which I sort of understand the pressure from the fans and everything. But I'm sorry, it was just it looks like it was a good challenge. If his training leg doesn't come through, it's a good tackle. So
Yeah.
not a red.
All right. Now we've got that out of the way. What did you think of the game?
Liverpool were just better. They are just better. Leeds had a few good chances, but to be honest, I don't like him. But Arnold was really, really good down the right
I
side.
thought he was very good.
He put some serious balls in the box. He is good, right? He's distribution and that. He's very good. Mo Salah was tearing him to pieces. Thiago was good. They were good.
Reza, what did you think of the actual game?
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool again, they're looking much better than they did last season. They look really good. I think they look up for it. They look driven and determined. I think obviously what happened to them last season kind of given them kind of backside because having Van Dijk back, Van Dijk's unreal. And yeah, just it is what it is. But I mean, obviously they were already winning obviously before the red card, and I think it wouldn't have changed anything had there not been a red card. They just looked the better team all round. Leeds are really bad at playing because obviously their ideals are to play football, and you do have to respect them to an extent. However, at some point, Wigan found this out right. You can't do it. You have to start playing a little bit different, a little bit harder. They're too open against the bigger teams. They did against us first game of the season, and they're going to continue to get results against them like this. Why you should not put a Leeds bloody defender or goalkeeper in your dream team because of this. Because they'll just leak goals just because of the way they play football. I say respect to them for trying to do it.
Yeah.
But at some point, you've kind of got to go, well,
enough's enough.
Because it doesn't work longer term unless they get some serious investment and some serious players in. Then maybe they'd be a bit of a scary proposition. But right now, they're just too leaky.
Yeah.
Sam, I think that covers that game, and we move on to the last one of the weekend, which was on Monday night, Everton Burnley. Okay, you want to go first again, pal?
Yeah, I'll go for it. I actually thought Burnley were quite good for the first half. They looked better than they have done, but as soon as Keane's header was really good, to be fair. I thought he played really well. As soon as that header went in, they changed, and that was it. A flurry of goals. Honestly, I was so upset because I thought Bruno's goal was going to be goal of the week, but I'm sorry, Andros Townsend's my God.
Wow, what a strike.
And again, like I said to you earlier, Damari Gray is the signing of the transfer window. 1.7 mil, and he's absolutely bossing it.
He's been very good.
He's been very good. But yeah, so as soon as Everton Keane scored that header, they just took off, started dominating.
But turned into a different team.
Completely.
Reza, what did you say about it?
Yeah, similar. Gray is looking impressive. Burnley had a couple of chances early on, didn't they? And I think obviously they score them different game, but every game's like that, right? But no, Everton did well. They've been really good so far, actually, in many ways. Everton, I think, and then Townsend with that goal, he's just doing Townsend things. I mean, you look at his career highlights. I guarantee you go on YouTube and type in Andros Townsend, and there's a lot of goals like that.
Very similar.
It's just what he does.
Scored another one right after, didn't he? Hit the bar or whatever. So
yeah.
And I'll go along with you guys in terms of Gray. I mean, that's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, I'd say the same thing, honestly, mate. Yes, what a signing. 1.7 million for how good he's been.
Yeah. I thought he was great at Leicester, and then comes back and cheap.
I'm shocked that Leicester didn't try and go for him for 1.7 million. It seems like an easy signing.
There's obviously something about him, right? Because he's obviously been in the Prem, then he went to the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
And he was only there for a few months before they sold him for 1.7 million. So obviously they didn't rate him that highly either. So there must be something about him. And I know that when he was in the Prem before, he blew very hot and cold. Obviously, he's very hot at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what our perspectives on him are come Christmas and
Yeah.
then the end of the season, because it could be that he just tapers off. Look at Rodriguez James last year, right? Unbelievable. He started off and everyone's like, "What the hell? How have Everton got this guy?" And then he just went.
Everton
That
again.
was it. It's like, that was yeah. And it was like, that's probably why
That's why.
he was available.
That's why now he's streaming instead of playing football.
Yeah, because they're luxury players, right? They're luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that covers this week then, by the looks of it. I've got the scores from last weekend. Gase, you got 7 predictive results. So teams right, and you got 2 correct results.
Nice.
I got 7 with 1 correct result. And Reza, you got 6 with 1 correct.
What do I win?
Well done. Congratulations from me.
Thank you, mate. I'll take a pat on the back.
No worries, that's not any time, mate. So we'll move on to our team of the week, guys. How do you want to do it? Do you want to do goalkeeper, defence, midfield, strike force?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, are we having to agree on it? Are we going, okay, yeah, actually, no, that's fair? Or are we going to just go each
I
one?
would say each one. And then
Okay.
we can allow the viewers in the comments to say what they think. They agree with us or
Yep.
disagree with what choices we've made.
Sounds
So,
fair.
goalkeeper. I'll start with goalkeeper. I put Mendy for Chelsea. I thought he was the
Me
best
too.
goalkeeper
Yeah,
this
same.
weekend.
Mendy,
I thought he was unbelievable.
he made some cracking saves.
Yeah, he did, mate. To be fair, I think he kept him in it, probably, I'd say, because the saves he made at 0-0 and 1-0, when they were 1-0 up, probably won them the game. But yeah, my back four. It's very hard for me. I picked 3 centre backs. I couldn't pick a left back, and I couldn't think of anyone that was decent enough left back. Weekend I put Trent Van Dijk, Silva, and Rudiger.
Fucking hell, we got a Liverpool fan over here. Jesus Christ. I went. I thought Shaw, mate. Shaw had an assist as well. Shaw, Thiago Silva, Michael Keane, and Trent.
Okay, fair enough.
Keane scored and he played really well. Thiago Silva's
Where's
one
that?
of the best centre-backs ever.
I put Cancelo left back because obviously he played there for City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Silva, Van Dijk, and then Alexander-Arnold.
Fair enough. Pretty much almost similar, apart from me. Midfield. Wow, this was a hard one to be fair this week. I thought. There's quite a few good midfield performances. I thought.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we agreed, 4-4-2. Townsend right.
Okay.
Fernandes, Kovacic in the middle.
Okay.
And I couldn't leave him out because of how good he was, but Salah. I couldn't.
Wow, you left out Zaha.
Yeah, I did have Zaha written down, but I scribbled it out. I was like, I can't leave Salah. I thought Salah was, as much as I hate Liverpool, I thought he was class against Leeds.
Yeah.
So that's my midfield 4.
He doesn't play on the left-hand side, mate.
Well, I'm making an exception. Jesus.
I went Bernardo Silva, Zaha, Conor Gallagher for Palace, and Bruno. I was tempted to put in Townsend because I thought he was class, but no, I'm putting in Bruno.
No Kovacic.
No, Conor Gallagher for Palace, mate. Palace deserved a few players. They were really good.
Fair enough. Reza?
Gone Zaha, Kovacic, Fernandes, and Salah.
Fair enough. I think we might have the same strike force.
I would hope so. Well, at least one.
Ron. 2 R's.
Big Ron.
Reza?
Reza's got a Bamiyang up there, isn't he?
He's so happy that Arsenal scored, he's giving it to him.
Torres and Maupay.
Danny Welbeck should be there too, mate.
I think my pace.
No, it's the 2 double goal scoring players. I can't see how you could argue for anyone else.
No. Well, that includes the team of the week. Anyone listening to this?
Spurs fans would argue for Kane, though.
Well, it's all the goals he scored at the weekend, I suppose.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, exactly. All the difference he made in that 3-0 defeat.
The Harry Kane team.
Oh, jeez.
It's the 15 first team players I had out for the game.
Yeah.
That's what I did it for them. I mean, that includes our team of the week. Goal of the week, guys. I think we all agree. Townsend.
No.
You don't think Townsend?
Right, let me ask you a question. No, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, what? Obviously, from a technical perspective, yes, Townsend goal was technically, I'd say, the best goal of the week or the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But a goal, right? It's emotive, right? It's emotional. It drives. It really pushes, forces home that feeling, the euphoria. And what goal this weekend, as a United fan, gave you that feeling?
Ronaldo's.
Yeah. Now listen.
Here we go. He's gone Ronaldo's. No. Well, the first one, yeah?
Well, it has to be the first one because it's the first goal. Look, in terms, I'm talking. Yeah, fuck
Here
off.
we go.
I'm talking about it in terms of pure emotion, right? That was just something else. That whole game was emotional, and for him to get on the score sheet, obviously the second goal of his was much, much better, but it was just, you knew it. You just knew. You were like, he's just done it. He's just come in. He's like, yeah, this is me. So no, just it's more of an honourable mention. I'm not going for Ronaldo's first goal, really. You can't. People are fucking crucify me, but it is for me. I think Townsend's goal, but I think obviously honourable mentions in terms of Fernandes and Lingard's goal as well, for what it's worth.
Team-wise,
yeah, Townsend.
Sound. That covers all the games from last weekend. I suppose we'll have to move on to our Champions League.
Just 2 games last night, yeah?
2 games last night, so you had Barca, Bayern, and then Chelsea, Zenit.
That's it, yeah.
Can't
We
think
are
of
not,
any other
do
game.
not let Rez talk. It's okay. We are, that's it. I mean,
Podcast an hour and 50 minutes long.
Talking about us fuming, mate. Imagine being a Barcelona fan. What the fuck?
Do you see the stadium in like the 80th minute? Like, hardly anyone in there.
No, but it just don't look right. And I don't know what Koeman's done or what's going on with that team. I know, obviously, they were a dying team. They're aging. They've lost Messi. They have nothing. And yes, Bayern looked unbelievable. Lewandowski's unreal. I thought Sane looked really, really good. But they just non-existent. I don't even know if they had a shot.
I'm just trying to get the stats up.
But the story in all, Bayern are just...
As I was trying to get the stats up, I saw tonight's scores. If you want me to tell you them.
Yeah, go on then.
Club Brugge 1, PSG 1. City are 2-1 up against Leipzig currently in the 44th minute. Liverpool 1, AC Milan 2.
Or Zlatan, even though you're not playing.
I only scored. Rebic and Diaz have scored, and Liverpool didn't even score. It was an own goal.
Yeah, 3 goals from Milan.
3 goals from Milan. I'm just trying to get the stats up for the UK.
Oh, Vianney was carrying them that much. Jeez. But no, Sporting losing 3-1 to Ajax.
Jesus, I'm just going back to the Barca Bayern game. When was the last time you saw Barcelona out possession?
Mate, they were terrible. I don't even know. I didn't see them on the ball really.
I literally just looked at the game. They had 52% possession, Bayern. I know it's only 2% more.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the last time ever I saw Barcelona have less possession than their team they're playing.
If you found a heat map for that game, Barcelona's 48% possession is in their 18-yard box. I'm telling you, they didn't move. They were stuck in. I mean, yes, Bayern are unreal, right? That team is unbelievable, but come on. Embarrassing. Talking of embarrassing, go on, Rez.
There you go. It's building up, isn't it? Building up. He's literally like...
I'm fucking fuming.
I was driving home last night and I just couldn't talk. I was so hard down.
Oh, God.
I just don't get it. I fucking don't understand. And Ollie, if you're listening, you're a cunt.
I'm sure he's listening.
He is listening, mate.
I can see.
Well, he wants to be. Of course he is. I've got my fucking sheep's fucking skin coat on, fucking hell. But no, in all seriousness, it was abysmal. Tactically awful. Game management shocking. And obviously, reading Football 365 this morning, obviously there's a lot of other fans sticking the knife in. Fair play. I'd do the same. And then there's a lot of United fans who are saying, obviously, that Ollie is not the one. And I mean, listen, I've said that from the start. He's not the one. And you can see that his management of last night's game is appalling. But first of all, why was Wan-Bissaka allowed so far up the pitch? And then why is he making a challenge like that so far up the pitch? And then when it comes to, say, making substitutions, he takes off Ronaldo and brings on Jesse Lingard.
Probably the biggest downgrade in history.
It's not just, you know what, like, why against a team like that did he decide that our best chance of getting something from that game is to sit deep with the only person up top being Ronaldo, who, if you watched the game against Newcastle, he didn't run a lot. And he didn't run a lot last night either. He doesn't run a lot. He's very conservative. He conserves his energy, right?
You're trying to force him to run though with the stupid long balls and everything.
Yeah. Why him? Why put him up top on his own to do that? Why? Yeah. What are you thinking? And then to take Van der Beek off. Van der Beek, I thought he was playing well. I thought that he, in good interceptions, passing was very good, neat and tidy. And then he brings on Varane, goes to what is essentially basically a 5 at the back against young boys.
I was disappointed, depressed with, even when we were winning, even at the start, prior to us scoring, they were controlling the game. And yes, me and Tal have discussed about we don't have a midfield, blah, 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 blah. But we're playing fucking young boys and we couldn't control the game.
But where do you think that comes from?
No, I agree. I agree with you. I mean, obviously, it's only one game. I agree.
No, it's not only one game.
We have been bad, but like in terms
it's not
of
only one game.
It's out.
So is it? You look at it. Look at every game that we play. Even Newcastle gave us a game when everyone thought that we were going to absolutely just brush them aside. We were very, very lucky against Wolves. The only game that we've looked decent in is Leeds, and we've touched on Leeds already. They let you play, which is why we looked decent. But as soon as a team tries to stop us from playing football, we are clueless. And we cannot keep hold of the ball. And we're so vulnerable to a press, so vulnerable to a cross, to a corner. It's just, and these are all criticisms from not just last season, but the season before that. And for me, I can't see progress. I can't see patterns of play. I can't see what we're trying to achieve on that pitch other than get the ball to the big boys. Let's hope for a fucking miracle. And I'm angry. I am angry. But what can I do?
To touch on what you say, I said it to Gase earlier. I do think that maybe it might have got to a situation where Ollie's done all he is capable of doing, and it now needs someone that's going to take over and take it the right direction.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, I tried to trigger Army earlier, didn't I? And like his response was, well, at least the club's in better shape. But look...
No, but it's not. No, at the end of the sorry to cut you off.
Tan. Let's put it this way, right? So, for the viewers who don't know, Tan works for Virgin Media. So it's like you turning up to a house, right? You've got a job to do. What you've got to do is install their Virgin Media kit and make sure that it's working, right? And you leave there with that kit working.
Yeah.
What you don't do is you don't turn up, have a laugh with them, have a joke, put an arm around them, tell them everything's going to be okay, and then leave, and they're like, hang on a second, my fucking Virgin Media's not working. No, and so I get what he's saying, and actually I think Ollie maybe backroom staff, perhaps. Transfers, looking at structure, looking at youth. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that would be a good role for him. But as manager of this football club, no, absolutely not.
No, I was saying earlier that something has to happen, right? We have to do something because it's not fucking good. And it pisses me off to see all the excuses. Oh, we need a midfielder. How fucking spoiled can we be? We spent hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of millions in the last 5 years under him. And I've had enough of people. Yes, we need a midfielder. I get that. We've got fucking Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho, and Rafa Varane. Two of those players are like some of the best respective in their position. Sancho looks iffy, but we spent so much money. At what point do we turn around and we're like, oh no, but if we need more. Now fuck off. Something needs to happen. If nothing, obviously I don't think we're going to sack him mid-season or anything. At the end of the season, if we don't win anything, he's gone. I don't give a shit.
Well, I think he'll be gone if we don't get out of this group in Champions League.
Yeah, he definitely will. I think he will as well.
So,
and there's a chance of that happening. I think you're right. I mean, there's been a lot of money spent, and there hasn't been any return on that money spent. At least with Van Gaal, there was a trophy. Now, listen, Van Gaal's football was turgid, but can you honestly put hand on heart and say this is any better?
No, but this is what I was saying to Tanner earlier, right? A lot of people like to slate on Mourinho, and don't get me wrong, he wasn't the greatest for our club, but he got second in the Premier League, senatorially, with a shit United squad. He won the Europa with a very I'm comparing it to what we have now with a very shit United squad.
Yeah.
And you look at what we've got now, and we're doing the same as what we did 6-7 years ago. And we spent 300-400 million in that process. And we've got fucking CR7 up top. Sancho, Varane, Rashford, all these sort of players, Bruno, Pogba, and we can't do anything.
Well, this is the thing, right? I mean, which club in the Premier League, the entirety of the Premier League, do you think would take Ole Solskjaer over their current manager?
You've got to get quite low down before you probably reach one.
Yeah. So why as Man United, having spent the money that we've spent, why are we accepting that as our new floor? Because the problem is the ceiling. We've seen where his ceiling is. It's not very fucking high. Because last season, we were very lucky that Chelsea had Lampard for half a season. They were well gone. Liverpool, Van Dijk, obviously, with the Pickford injury, was out. And then Gomez also got injured, so they had no defence, Liverpool. And Arsenal were Arsenal, and Spurs were just, well, Spursy, and they had Jose. So, at what point does it become, well, he has taken us as far as he's going to take us, and he's done a, listen, I'm not going to say he's done a bad job, because Army is right in saying that actually you look at transfers, for example. Now they're much more targeted. Other than the Ronaldo one, which obviously purely emotional transfer, but it had to be done. The others, they're targeted. It looks right. Where do we need to strengthen? Who can we go and get? Let's go and get them. So you have to be impressed with.
I mean, I genuinely do believe that our transfer policy has got a lot better from what we have been doing, and we are in a better state. It is. Yeah, it definitely 100%. Is. He's stabled the ship, but now I think it's nor a point where it needs a proper captain to take the ship forward. Now it's almost like the repairs and everything have been done, and we're in a lot better position in terms of like the players that we have in. The staff that or maybe not staff, but like in terms of the structure of the staff we have in, and we're signing players of better caliber and what we need to get a job done.
Well, I'm going to say something now, and you probably laugh at me for this. David Moyes would do a better job.
I don't know. I think they're probably the same.
I mean,
standard.
You look at what he's done at West Ham. To be fair,
literally, mate, literally. He's at least got some tactical.
Then, if we say all this then, and Ollie goes tomorrow morning, who is it that you?
Who are we going to get in?
Yeah, I was going to say. I want to know who.
This is the problem. we should have moved in the summer. They should have moved after the Europa League final because that was telling. That should have been the final nail in the coffin and just say, look, you know what? You've done amazing, but you're not the right person to take this club forward because he's not. Let me rephrase that. You're not the right person to take this football team forward. As a club, we've moved forward. No one can deny that. But as a team, we haven't gone anywhere. We have not progressed at all. We've progressed a bit, obviously, from Jose, that like the half season up till Christmas when Ollie took over, obviously, but that was dire. I mean, that was Jose being Jose and just literally just tearing the guts out of the team. Prior to that, though, we were much better than that. And yeah, I'm just disappointed, and I find it frustrating that there's a lot of fans because people are saying, "Oh, we'll give him time." Well, he's 2.5 seasons in now, and if we carry on, because we're hit and miss, right? We blow hot and cold. We will probably not end up in the top 4 this year. And our best hope of Champions League football will probably be the Europa League. If we're lucky enough to finish third in our group, we can go on and maybe win that. I'm just disappointed, really disappointed. I just don't feel like he's learned anything and he's progressed at all. His substitutions are questionable. His game management is awful. Even the team selection, the way the teams that start, it's just I don't get it. And his treatment of like Van der Beek as well, awful. And where are these youngsters? The guy that we signed back in January last? No, was it? Yeah, it was January last year. Was it the summer last year? Was it Elanga?
Didn't sign an anger, did we? I thought we signed Ahmed Diallo and
That was it. It was Diallo. Yeah. Where is he?
Injured. He was going to be going on loan though.
You talk about Solskjaer. Oh yeah, you know, he gets the club and he does things the United way. Where are these youngsters coming through? Where are they? You cannot tell me that we've got nothing better than Fred, Matic, or McTominay in the youth team. Surely not. Where are these players? He sends them all out on loan.
Yeah. I think we've
got loads of problems now. And before, I was just reading on like Twitter. There was like a big post about this, and apparently like Ollie came out and said that he countless times that he doesn't coach the team. Then sort your fucking coaching staff, right? I know they're ex-players, they're ex-United. Yeah, they're going to keep the Fergie philosophy in this, but if it's not working, it's not working. Grab a pair of bollocks, turn around and be like, we need someone new. Because if he's not going to coach the team or he's not going to try and guide them in that way, then we need a backroom staff that's going to sort this shit out.
Yeah, something needs to happen.
Something needs to happen. Because you can't have a team like we've got. You look at our team in comparison to most other teams, and there's not that many. You're like, fucking hell. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're disappointed. I mean, not to blame a red card. The red card didn't help. Wan-Bissaka's a fucking idiot. But still, yeah. Young boys looked better than I thought they would have done. They looked okay, but I think we let them look okay at the same time as well.
Yeah. All right. So otherwise we'll be talking about this all night long. So we'll move on. We'll move on to the games that are coming up this weekend and our predictions for them. First game's on the Friday night. Are you seeing the? I've got Newcastle Leeds. I've put 2-2.
I've gone 2-1 to Leeds.
2-1 Leeds. Fair enough.
I've got 1-0.
1-0, yeah. Okay, no worries. We'll go to the first one, which is Wolves Brentford.
Yeah, 2-1 Wolves.
Said the same thing.
2-0 Wolves.
2-0 Wolves. Burnley Arsenal.
Draw. 0-0. Goalless crap. I
1-0.
think Burnley could do them.
I've gone 2-1 Burnley.
Have you?
Yeah, I genuinely think they're going to do it, mate. Arsenal ain't going to want that, mate. You know exactly what's going to happen. Arsenal will turn up at the team bus and just go, nah, fuck this. I don't want to be in Burnley. I don't want Chris Wood trying to punch me in the face and Ben Mee trying to knee me in fucking hell, fucking
Sean
chest.
Dyche's on the sideline.
Sean Dyche trying to eat Arteta
Yeah.
with his gravel in the morning. So the next one, Liverpool Palace. I've gone 4-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. I've done
2-0 Liverpool.
City Southampton. Guys,
3-0. I've
I've
gone
gone
3-0 for a
that's
City.
what I've gone as well. Where's that?
I'm going 2-0 again. City.
Norwich Watford. I've gone 1-0.
2-1 Watford.
Ooh.
Watford with Sarr, I think that he'll tear Norwich's defence apart.
Yeah, 1-0 Watford for me.
Literally saying Norwich aren't going to be scoring another goal. It's right. Next one, Villa Everton. I've actually gone 2-1 Villa, I think.
I've done Everton 1-0, but I think Everton could have their way with them, mate, if they kick off.
Yeah, 2-1 Everton for me.
Well, Brighton Leicester, the first game on the Sunday.
2-0 Leicester.
I can't believe it. I've done 1-1 draw, mate.
1-1 draw.
Yeah, don't.
Did you get hit on the head before you start doing
I think so, yeah. I did get a bit of concussion before doing this.
He's just come out of a coma for 5 days. West Ham United.
I don't really even want to bloody predict us anymore because we fucking. I've done 3-1 United.
Okay, fair enough. I've gone 2-1 United, but only because Antonio's not playing, which shouldn't be the case. Where's that?
1-0.
1-0. And
What do you mean, eh?
don't start
Mate,
with
West
Ham.
Ham
We're
are
coming
hard.
out with.
That's a hostile environment.
No, we're coming out with a fucking vengeance. 7-0.
When have you seen us do that before? Mate, I hope I'm wrong. But when have
2013.
you seen us do that before? 2013.
2009. Yeah.
Yeah, 1-0 for me. I just think West Ham are going to be really difficult.
Cool.
Sound right. So the last game then, Spurs Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. To be fair, I
Same.
don't know why I've given Spurs a goal, but I think it's obviously a London derby.
2-0 Chelsea.
Nice.
Right, that concludes everything for this week, I think.
That's the predictions done.
Unless there's anything else you boys want to talk about.
No.
Done.
Don't start
Sam?
us off again.
So I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for tuning into this episode of the Box2Box podcast. If you like what you listen to, or even if you don't, give us a like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Our socials will be on the screen as well if you want to like or follow us on any of our socials. If you'd like to be in the podcast with us, leave a comment on the video below. Reach out to us on any of our socials, and we can get you booked in for a slot, and we'll let you know when you can come on and be on the podcast with us. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.
Oh, cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.